So this past week, um, I went to a Bible study, and I was I was at this place, and I just, I went with my friend to support her in her beliefs, and I love, helping people along their journey, no matter what that is. And so we were at this Bible study, and I was frustrated because there was a point in time when I would sit and I would read the Bible and it made perfect sense and it was, working for me. And um, now it's like people have discussions about the Bible and it's very frustrating. Um, and they've disconnected from God. And, you know, I understand the whole concept of saying, okay, the Bible is the Word of God, and I believe in the Word of God. But they carry around this book like it's a security blanket. And then any question that's ever brought to them, any kind of situation that's ever brought out in the open, they say, I believe in the Word of God. This is the Word of God, and then they go back to the book. And so in this Bible study, we were having this discussion as a group, and it was on something about an Ebenezer and how, an Ebenezer exists in our lives, and this Ebenezer is kind of, it gets in the way of our moving forward or whatever, or it's a reminder of, who knows, something from the past. Great, I don't know. Anyway, I I was really discouraged in this discussion, um, and it wasn't just me that was discouraged, because we were discussing this whole Ebenezer thing, and as I spoke with the table leader, I said, what's your opinion? And he goes back to the Bible. He sat there with a blank stare on his face for like 2 minutes, and then he says, well, I believe what the Bible has to say. And I'm like, okay, how do you argue with somebody that just can't even go there with any kind of competent answer? For me, that was really frustrating. It was discouraging to think that um, this person doesn't even have their own individual opinion, that everything that they believe is based off of this book. And God speaks to us all individually in our own lives in very personal and incredible ways. And I hate to have this overwhelming feeling that so many people are allowing themselves to believe in a book rather than God. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a definite separation that's happening. People instead are not walking the path of God. They're not walking the path of this Christ that they so love. But instead, they're walking the path with this book in their hand, and they're thinking that this book is going to deflect anything that's negative. Well, it will. It'll deflect everything that's negative, but it'll also keep you from enjoying your life. It'll keep you from having positive experiences that you would have had if you would have only allowed yourself to open up and receive God in your life directly. And so, to me, that's where frustration comes in. Is, yes, there's a difference between reading the Bible, understanding the Bible, and practicing the things in there that, are powerful for you. But it can't be your shield to protect you from the rest of the world, because there's nothing to protect yourself from. You know, the world isn't going to hurt you. And even if it does, because you believe in the Bible, you'll always be with God, you'll always be in spirit. And that's perfect. That's where you're going to be anyway. So why not just remove the Bible from your little grasp of whatever kind of reality you're existing in, and allow yourself to move forward, because there's a lot of growth that you came here to do with God. And by believing in some book with a binding and paper, you've defeated the whole purpose of making your connection with God. Because anything in the physical can only limit you from having that connection. So yeah, I've read all different kinds of texts and information from all different kinds of sources, and not one spoke to me more than the other. Because it's all God. It's all divine, it's all source. And you can get God anywhere. I hate to go into the whole religious thing, but that just really bugged me. That was really frustrating um, to see. And also, I was listening to the radio a few weeks ago, and I was listening to a Christian station here in Washington, and they were talking about gays, and it struck a nerve with me because it's like, they're condemning people for being people, and um, if we're all children of God, and we are all children of God, God doesn't love people in other places of the world more than he loves people here. So, that would be to say that it just, I don't even want to go there. So, anyway, I get really infuriated by the ignorance, and not just about Christians, but about different religions, the ignorance that's present, and the limitations that they're only placing on themselves by thinking in the way they have been. Yeah, so it's just where I am. But instead of allowing it to consume me constantly, I'm sending it love. And I'm choosing to send it positive energy. And I'm choosing to send it light and healing. That these religions and these separate people that feel they're separate from the rest of the world, because you can separate yourself and isolate yourself as much as you want to in the world, but you're still a part of it. So, go for it. But it's up to you whether you want to play on the team or whether you want to sit on the sidelines. And those people are choosing to sit on the sidelines, and they're really missing out on a good game. So, yeah, I don't know. That's where I am. I send everybody love, I send everybody healing, and I send everybody light. And whether you like me or not, that's completely up to you. And if you don't like me, you're missing out on knowing a really, really fun person and somebody that has a huge heart. So, that's all.